The 2025 TransCan Grand National Championships brought to you by Fox Canada starts now. All right. Actually, you guys are all late for your motos. You should hustle to the gate. Gate drop is now. Would you be ready to ride if we went right now? Not even a chance, he says. I like your hat there, kid. Okay. So much business to take care of right now. I want to start it off by obviously thanking each and every one of you. You sacrifice your jobs, your families, your time outside of this world here that we're about to live in for the next 5 days. Thank you for coming and joining us here at the TransCan. A little round of applause for all yourselves. Thank you once again. Okay, this isn't easy. We ask a lot of you here at Motocross, oh, hey, let's take that Friday off. Let's take that week off, spend more money. We ask a lot, and we appreciate you guys doing that tenfold, okay? My name is Ryan Gall. I'll be one of the hosts this week, all week long. I'll be up on the podium. My counterpart, Dave Bell, you'll hear him way more than me. You might be mad at him because the Rooster's going to go a little bit earlier this year. Are we excited for the Rooster? Come on, you're this guy right here. You guys didn't know the man in the blue shirt. That is the Rooster. That's him. So if you want to take him down, this is your opportunity. Okay, I want to before we kind of get into everything going on, I'd like to bring Sarah up to the stage. Sarah, if you could start making your way up here, all right, to recognize here where we are, what we're doing, and sort of the land that we're going to use here this week here at the Walton Raceway. And I'll bring Sarah up to kind of embrace what's going on here. Everybody, welcome to the stage, slowly but surely, Miss Sarah DeCare. I didn't say Tim. Get out of here. Coming up here, Sarah. There you go. Welcome to the stage, Miss Sarah. Here you go, Sarah, please, and thank you. Take control.
Luego, se luego, Gomanakare Yuja, Wata Nide Wagenu, Torrance Ganegare, Dr. Egon Ida. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah. They call me her voice is above, but words are important. I'm from Wata, Mohawk Wata, and I'm happy to be here today. I'm honored to be here today to give this welcoming acknowledgement, especially as my family holds motocross close to our hearts. Before we begin this week's events, I want to acknowledge the land we are gathered on and the deep respect that comes with being here. This land is known as the Huron Tract Treaty of 1827, an agreement made between the Crown and several Anishinaabe nations. Like all treaties, it was meant to be a commitment to peace, partnership, and the sharing of the land, not its surrender. We are all called to uphold that spirit of mutual respect and coexistence. We recognize the Indigenous people who have cared for these lands since time immemorial, and we also acknowledge all of the people, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, who now live, work, and gather here. As we come together today for this year's TransCan national event, let's carry forward the original intent of the treaties, to live in a good relationship with another and with the land. We are all treaty people. We all have a shared responsibility to uphold these relationships with respect, accountability, and care. Now, Agoa, Miigwech, thank you, and good luck to all the racers this week.
Awesome job. Thank you so much, Sarah. Sarah had the security guard there. That kid was serious about business right there, taking care of it. Okay, a few little notes here before we get into the important stuff. Obviously, when we go racing, right, you need help, you need sponsors, you need support. One of the biggest sponsors here, obviously, Fox Canada. They love what happens, or love what we do with amateur racing. They've been a big supporter here of the TransCan for many years now. Obviously, the Fox Bronze boot as well. And you can see that beautiful thing right there. We're going to have Blake talking to him later on. But big shout out to Fox Canada, the JC Sites, and the Sites family right there. Super appreciative of those guys for joining in and doing it. KTM Canada, they'll be down there all week. If you got KTM, Husqvarna, or Gas, go and chat those guys. Hit them up, get those parts. Or maybe they'll just give you some advice. Dylan Rempel's going to be racing here all week. Maybe he can tell you what is the best thing on the menu at Dairy Queen because he loves his ice cream. A big shout out to Orion Moto Canada, True North, Wiseco Racing Winning Brands, Country Corners, Surf and Turf, Gopher Dunes, OGs right behind here. Who loves those bibs? Right? Yeah. I should have brought my bib up. Kyle made me a bib. It's like a wind sail for thing. I think it was a joke. He's making a fat joke. I don't feel like I'm fat. It kind of hurt me a little bit, but I'm cool with it because I got broad shoulders. But I'll throw it on here later on. It's a bit wide. It's a little wide. Atlas Brace, my buddy Noof in there. We'll be talking to him later on. Yamaha Motor Canada, obviously the Blue Crew Award this week, and of course there's still 3 positions left for the trip to Ironman as well. 9 spots Yamaha Canada is paying for this year. Amazing. Hudson Motorcycles is back once again this year. One of the best families in the business supporting the sport. Third Moto Hole Shots. $100 on the line for all Third Moto Hole Shots out there. And of course, Lynn Hoy, a local dealer around here. And of course, TCD, Tim, we're going to be talking to him. Extreme Toys, Cobra Canada, right over here. Cobra Canada, Extreme Toys just on the other side of them. Southwest Marine, Lynn Hoy, Canadore College, Compound 138, Hawkins Electro, Auburn Hills, and Keith's Metalworks joining in. Big support to the Keith's family. We're going to talk with them as well. And GPF, Josh Woods, if you guys know what GPF is, it's one of the original facilities across the nation, across North America. That and MTF started back in like 03. He's up here helping with the track work this week. Garbage. No big deal here. Put it in the cans, put it in the car and the things, put it at the end of the laneways. Everybody will pick it up all week long. Let's try to keep it clean, keep it easy for us to keep coming back and destroying Walton Raceway for years to come. If we keep it clean, they'll literally let us do whatever we want. Seriously. You pick up your garbage, we can do whatever we want on this property. Free of charge. Well, maybe not free of charge. Helmets in the bike park. Whoa, this is a big one. I'm literally parked right there. I was just ramming chicken into my mouth a minute ago, and there was about 10 kids with no helmets. Now look at parents. I don't own your kids. I got my own kids. I make them wear helmets. If you don't want to make your kid wear a helmet, it is on you. Okay? If they crash and little Johnny or Susie, oh, I crashed on the bike park. And then you're that mom or dad, well, it was the bike park's fault. Well, yeah, fault. You're going to be blacklisted. Don't be that parent. Like, just don't be that parent. Put a bike helmet on. If you're an adult, you want to drive around waxed, by all means. I hit a stop sign this week. Waxed, like with baseball. It happens. But I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. But your kids, smarten up. Wear a bike helmet, please. We're over there all week long. Do it. Please and thank you. We do not want to step in and be like, hey, you're off the park because you didn't wear your bike helmet. So be sure you wear that, okay? Wristbands on all times, okay? Wear those all the times. Golf cart sticker must be on that as well. All the stickers to get that to drive around. The water truck guys, the Roxeter Boggers, Derek, Jason, Mitch, Jason, Guy, and Sam are around evenings to fill water. So those guys will be doing the water thing. And our medic crew, located right down by the original tunnel over there, the Country Corners tunnel. The medic crew, that's Jess, Ron, and the gang out there. They're going to come up here in a little bit as well. Okay, that is the first little part of the brass tacks that we got to take care of here. Let me get rid of this first sheet. That one's done. Okay, I got 2 more. Now we're ready for the most important part of this week. When we come to a national, there's rules and structure. And without rules, there's chaos. If anyone watches Seinfeld, there's no rules, there's chaos. Shit just gets out of hand. We have to hone in and hold those rules. I'm going to bring in head referee Tim Lee to talk about the 2025 TransCan rulebook, please. 0 clapping. 0.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome to TransCan. I'm excited to be here to watch a lot of great racing from all across the country, everybody. I want to introduce a bunch of my staff, if they can come up, some of my key members of my staff. I'm not a people person or a public person. These are some of my key members. I got Ezra, my safety marshal. You'll see him out on the track, helping everything out there from picking bikes up to starting the races for me. I got Mike, my long hair guy. He's going to be on the finish line. You'll see him all day out there. Steve Sims, he's a new part of the team this year, and he's the engine official. You'll see him down and around the starting line, checking out bikes, at the podium, anything, just looking at engines and checking out what you guys are all bringing here. And then 2 of the key members that everybody doesn't really want to see out there, but we got Ron and Jess, and then I also have Lindsay and Zach are going to be here. So hopefully you don't get to see them all week, just in the pits and that when you're passing by. There's also 2 members that aren't, actually 4 members that aren't here. One is Bryce Lee. He will be the starting line ref. He's the one that's dropping the gate. And Ben is my staging referee, is the other one down at the starting line. And then the two people that, if you got any questions about scoring, anything to do with the computer systems, or anything wrong with any of your results, is Carrie Ann and Terry. And they're going to be in the trailer right beside the finish line. So, yeah, this is our staff here. Just go through a bunch of these rules, the event rules. Make sure you read and understand the 2025 Walton Amateur Rulebook. It was posted up in the shed when you guys signed in, or check it out on the website as well. Riders, you are responsible for your campsite and your parents and everybody around you in your campsite. So people that are here to have fun, don't jeopardize the riders that you're here with, all right? You need to be checked in by now. Everybody should have checked in by now. If you haven't, you're late. Riders, you must ride your Walton number that you signed up with on all plates and your bibs. They need to be matching. You need to have the proper color combinations on for your class, or you will not be riding. All right? I'm done with these fines and everything. You got to have your proper colors on your bikes. If you got a question, you come and find me, or otherwise, it's too late now. All right? If you need to change your bike before the Moto 1 with your frame number, you need to take that frame number in to the office before that Moto 1 has gone off that line. We need that proper frame number. You need to wear your bibs for racing. You do not need to wear your bib out in practice. Keep it clean for the racing. Practice, you're going to make it all dirty, so keep it nice and clean for all the photos. You will see yellow and white markers around the track, marking the edges of the track. You need to stay in between them. If you do leave the course, you need to slow down and you need to enter in the track safely. That's like looking onto a highway on an interstate. You need to look behind you and make sure that you're not interfering with another rider. And you need to not gain an advantage if you're off that track. Practice. You will receive 2 practices based on the size of your bike. You will need to have a transponder checked by the staging referee to go out and practice. We want to make sure those transponders are working for scoring when we get to racing. Ride your proper practice. You guys should have received a practice sticker. That needs to go on your front number plate, not on your helmet or nothing. It needs to be on your bike. If you guys did your track walk, you probably noticed down at the starting line, there's some green ribbon. We're going to try something new this year. We're not going to line up in front of the gates and that. We're going to actually do it somewhat like Loretta's did. And you're going to funnel down through a chute. There's some ribbon and stakes, and we're going to go 2 wide. So you're going to group in, and then it'll be 2 wide through a chute. And then that's how you're going to go out for your practice. So if you want to be up in the front group of them, you need to be there in proper time, ahead of time. Don't be late for practice. If you're late for practice, you're going to be at the tail end of your class. So pay attention to that. Watch the first practice going out. That'll be the trial run. Staging. You must have a rider or bike at staging for your moto. If you have a problem with your bike and you're trying to get it ready in the pits, get somebody to stand in your spot in the staging tent, or you will lose that position once they start going to that line. You must have the staging ref check you in and mark your numbers down on the scoring sheet. If they do not mark you down, you will be scored as a DNS, okay? And that means you can't ride your second or your third moto through that. Staging will start 10 minutes after the other class has gone off the line. And then staging will be locked until all the riders have gone to the line. And then whoever is late, that staging tent will open back up and the latecomers will come in. Riders and mechanics must stay with their bikes at all times. You can't run up and start looking at gates. You need to stay with your bike. We do not supply starting blocks. You need to have your own starting blocks, and you need to understand the rules of that starting blocks. You can't have some massive ones. There is actually a rule in the rule book on starting block sizes and materials that you can use. No tools allowed to groom in the starting area. Just your hands and feet, everybody. No one allowed in front of that gate. If there is a rock or a big stick in front of that gate, you need to get the starting line ref to move that, not you, or you will be moving out of that gate into a different position or a different spot. No golf carts, no bikes allowed in the staging tent, starting area, or mechanics area. Mechanics, you guys have to walk up there or get a ride on the back of a bike. You will need to start your first moto to be eligible to ride your second moto, and you need to ride your second moto to be eligible to ride your third moto. If you have a problem with your engine and you want to ride your second moto, you need to get that frame across that starting line. If you do not push that bike across that starting line, you're not eligible to ride that second moto. One mechanic per rider. Make sure that mechanic pass is visible at all times. Can't be tucked in your shirt, in your pocket. It needs to be around your neck, and we need to be able to see it all the time. That means one mechanic. You don't bring up your whole family to check out the starting line. There's enough people up there right now anyways. The tunnel by the mechanics area is for only the mechanics that have riders on that track. It is not a cut across to go back to the pits. It is actually mainly for the 3 mechanics that are going to the podium to see their kids, to get from the mechanics area to the podium. So I should not be seeing people walking back and forth all the time. Mechanics area is in the pop-ups and the straightaway. There will be 2 signs out designating the size of that mechanics area where you can receive the outside assistance. That's the only place on the track you can receive outside assistance. The 54-6, you are allowed 1 mechanic on the track. That mechanic pass must be visible at all times. And the 57-8 and the 50 GP, no one is allowed on that track. For the 50 class, there is a cut for this track. It is after the country quarter tunnel. You will turn left and then hit the natural double. You will not go up and around the apple tree. You will cut in that section for the 50s. We will have people out there for practice to guide your kids through that section. Yeah, the starting line is just outside the front gate. Yeah, I just need that bike to go across the front of that starting line. But then that needs to be also radioed into the trailer to say that you have started. Race is finished. The top 3 will go to the podium for interviews. And there will be a 15-minute impound for select classes. That doesn't mean all of them. Just for select ones, there'll be a 15-minute hold. The exit of the track, you'll come over the double tunnel after the finish line, and then you'll follow the access road or the tractor road around until you get around to the catapult, and there is a gate to get back to the pits. Please do not dust out everybody when you're ripping through there as well. It will get dusty through there, so please don't be doing that. Results will be posted at the information board in the center at vendor row. You must check your results by 8 p.m. Once 8 p.m. is passed, those results of that date are finalized. Doesn't matter if there's a scoring problem, whatever's going on, you need to have that done. That day is done. So you need to have that done by at least 8 p.m., even earlier, so that my staff can have supper as well. You have 30 minutes after the race to protest a rider or a bike. I don't want to get a protest coming in for a bike 2 hours later. It needs to be 30 minutes in my hand or in the office is the other place. And then probably everybody on the schedule. So in the program, there was a printing error. If you look at Friday at the very end, 1 class was missed, and that was Schoolboy 2, Moto 2. That is at the very end of the day at 6:35 to 7 o'clock is Schoolboy 2. It somehow did not get put into that program. It is changed at Bender Road, the schedule that's posted in the middle of the field. So make sure you check that out. We will come to the line at Schoolboy 2 and remind you guys about where your Moto 2 is. Starting board. I will pan the line. If you have a problem with your bike, put your hand up. It needs to be a very distinct hand. I am not looking for a hand that I can't see. You got to be waving it, getting my attention, okay? I will hold for 2 minutes, the max of 2 times if there is another problem with another rider. So if it's per rider, it's only 2 minutes. Then I will finish panning the line after those 2 minutes. Then the 30-second board will go up. And then the board will be flipped to 5. And then the board will go sideways from 1 to 5 seconds. That is when the gate will drop. Yellow, no jumping, no aggressive riding, and no passing. A rider is down. This is a max minimum of 2 to 5 spots. Keep your eyes open for all this stuff. A lot of people don't understand the speeds going through these flags. You have to slow down, okay? The speeds are pretty insane when you get out on that track and you're standing and trying to pick up a bike. And then Red Cross, I now have medic staff out there, and we're working on somebody that is injured. This is a 10 spots or a DQ. And if we have it out for multiple laps and you're going by us fast or passing or jumping or something, that's a DQ situation. I have done it before, and you do not want to wreck your weekend with these flags. Pay attention to them. These are your fellow riders out here and staff. Yeah. Green flag, race has started. Blue flag. Blue flag, you'll see this around the track. There's a bunch of them. There's a faster rider coming up behind you. Hold your line or get out of their way safely and let the faster riders come go by you. If you see us putting up 2 fingers or 3 fingers or saying, hey, they're coming up behind you and you can hear us, that's trying to give you a little bit more information. So pay attention to this stuff. Black flag, there's a problem with you or your bike. If you don't understand this the first time, you will understand it the second time. Either come and see me or the official that would be after the finish line. We'll be trying to grab you. There could be a problem with your bike as well. Red flag, the race has stopped. We have some sort of situation on the track. Head back to the starting line to get further information. And then if you see this with a checkered, if you see both of these waving like this, that race is done. Usually you only see this after that halfway point, and then that race is scored back, I believe, to the lap before. Yeah. Here. If you see the big X, that's halfway, approximately. It might be a lap before, it might be a lap after, but that's approximate halfway. A big 2, 2 laps to go. White flag, last lap. And checkered flag, race is over. That's everything with me. I hope I see a great racing all week. And the safety, everybody's safe out there. Otherwise, if you guys have any questions throughout the day or even after, I'll be beside the stage. Come and ask those questions. Otherwise, we'll see you guys out there.
Great job, Tim. The hardest job to do here at the TransCan is upholding the rule book there. But if we do it, it'll make it easy on everybody. Okay, now into some fun stuff here. We're going to talk about a bunch of cool things that goes on here during the week, meeting some of the athletes and the people that kind of support it or talk about it and the memories that we built here living in a field for 7 days at a time. It's pretty crazy. To start it off, I'd like to welcome to the stage Cole Pranger, last year's Rick Joseph Memorial winner. And also the man that is Don right behind me here, the number 34 right there. Give it up for Blake Davies, last year's Fox Bronze Boot winner. Here, guys, actually, do me a favor. Grab that mic right there, and the other one right here. Oh, wait, just do it together and walk over to that side over there. There you go. Just hit the switch there, boys, and turn them on. All right, Cole, I'll start with you. Give it a check just to make sure. Oh, there you go. He's done this before. All right, Cole, you're not one for the limelight and all this kind of stuff, but last year you won the Rick Joseph Memorial Award. It's quite a unique award here at TransCan. It's literally gone from the inception of what the idea of this race is. Did you know it? Did you feel it? Is it something cool that you've talked about, or something that you've looked at now a year later?
Oh yeah, last year I had no clue that I was gonna win it. I was actually late. I didn't hear them call my name, and then I came up here. But yeah, I'm very honored to win it last year, and yeah, it's a very sick award.
Do you understand what the award is for?
Whoa, hey Rick.
Well, yeah, no, but it's basically because you're a good guy. It goes to a really good guy award. Rick was all heart, all passion racer, and goes out there and sort of respects each person on the track down the line, no matter what it is. And that's kind of why the award was built, who Rick was, who passed away back in the late 80s there, kind of represents this thing. And you and your mom and your dad, they've done a good thing. You're a good kid, and that's kind of why you've done it. You show respect to the sport, and you try hard when the gate drops.
Oh yeah, I always try to do my best out there and give it 100%. So.
How's the East Coast going so far?
It's been pretty good. Had some ups and downs, but yeah.
See, he's lying right now because he's not going that good, and that's what made him get the award. He's lying right there. Great job. Give it up for Cole Pranger, everybody. Rick Joseph Memorial Award, one of the most important awards here at the TransCan. If you earn that, you're respected. Of course, you get the cover. Where's that book right there? You get the cover of each year of the program here too, as well at the TransCan. Very cool sort of accolade to kind of take about. Okay, now over to Blake Davies. Blake, last year obviously won the bronze boot. You're 85 years old now, I've heard, right? I mean, we always make fun about that on the pod, but basically, I don't know if it's online or the second best award, but getting the bronze boot here at the TransCan, it means a hell of a lot. It means you had a great week, obviously, but you also showcased consistency and a great spirit and respect for the sport pays off, and that's what you get for that. It was pretty cool last year.
Yeah, last year was a pretty awesome year for me. I mean, that award means a lot. It's I've been looking at it for 10 years now. 10 years ago was the first time I came here, and yeah, to be able to get that was pretty special. I mean, yeah, it was a big battle between me and Bobby, and I was able to come out on top. But yeah, it's I feel it's pretty awesome to be able to get that done last year.
Let's take a quick look over the right shoulder. What do you think of that right there? Beth, where are you? Are you here, Beth Donor? Hand up, and just so you can see her anywhere. No, that's not Oakley. That's not you there. I don't know if she's here or not, but Beth Donor drew this right there. Blake, there she is over there. Yeah, she's embarrassed. I know. Beth, an absolutely unbelievable job. Little round of applause for Beth, everybody. She decided to do this. Her and Mel came together, created this moment. And Blake, I mean, who doesn't like themselves in a cartoon?
Yeah, that was a pretty special surprise. I had no idea that was going on, and when I saw it for the first time, I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, it feels special, and I'm proud to be able to get that done.
And you know what? You too can have that shirt. I'm wearing one. I think I got that shirt on, right? I've got that on. Okay, yeah, I got the right one on. The shirt's right there without the office. And Blake, there you go. You get one of your own. Hey, actually, you have $75 cash, though. Just if you got cash. Pretty cool thing right there. This could be something years down the road. I think Blake Davies right there, the Fox Canada bronze boot last year, everybody. Give it up for Blake, everybody. All right, boys, I got your time. Thank you so much. Get on out of here. Get to bed. You got some racing or something to do, I'm sure. Okay. Next to the stage, some fun stuff here. Any national event, right? It draws different eyes, different crowd, different racers. That's what it is, right? And obviously here being in Walton and we're close in Ontario, we're close to America. We welcome all our American racers and families and supporters and all this stuff. And two of them that I'm going to welcome to the stage are two huge. They've invested. They bring their time. They sponsor teams. They bring up riders. They really have started bringing a bit more of the heartbeat of what goes on from America up here in Canada. I'd like to welcome to the stage from TCD, Tim Bennett, and also from GPF, the practice facility, Mr. Josh Woods, everybody. All right, boys, grab those mics here. You guys get to grab a seat. The kids don't get to sit down. They don't get to sit down. You can sit down, Josh. There you go. Oh, turn the switch on.
I like this.
Just like in the dozer all day.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, I'll start with you, Josh. Ready to go. You've been a part of this since 1993. If anybody goes and looks at the legends down there, although my photo was before yours, just throwing that out there. But you've been here a long time. Your family enjoys it. You've embraced the Canadian atmosphere. Canadians go down to GPF. This is obviously just another race, but there's a big part of it in the American racers, and as well, you might motivate them to come up here. This is a big thing for you. Just talk to you about it, how DPF is involved, and why this is always so much fun for you to come up.
Yeah, it's been cool, man. Big part of my life coming up here and racing from a young age. I think I was 10 the first time I came here, and continued to come here for years. You know, I mean, it was we came from Loretta's. We'd go home for a couple of days. I used to live in Michigan, so I was just a couple hours from here, and this was a huge part of my life. Growing up racing here, and that actually turned into me racing professionally here when I turned 17 or actually 16. I came here at 16 years old. It was my first pro race. I came straight from Loretta's and B and rode pro here, and that turned into me racing professionally here for 2 years. Cool story is that 2 years of money that I made racing up here is what started GPF, or part of what started GPF. It allowed me to be a partner in GPF.
So each one of you Canadians own a percentage of GPF. That's how that works.
So it's cool to go full circle with all that, right? So, it's always been a lot to me coming up here and racing. And after my career was over in the U.S., I actually got to come back here and race vet classes a couple times and have fun and bring some of our GPF riders up here over the years. That was actually the plan this year. Unfortunately, the guy that we're going to bring, he got hurt at Loretta's. But in the future, hope to do more of that. It worked out this year that Brett actually asked me to come on and help out with the track work. I did a little bit last year, kind of jumped in and helped with some stuff, and hopefully was able to add to it. And then I think this year, I'm hoping you guys we did some minor changes, nothing major, but some small stuff to the track. Should make it a little bit more racy, and I'm excited to be a part of this.
Well, you know, how all of us nowadays, right, we're always trying to have that finger. It's someone's fault. So if the track is the problem, it's his fault right there. All right. Now over to Tim from TCD. Tim, you've been coming up here more as a supporter and sponsor and racer stuff. So a different atmosphere from Josh, the racing community, also from the Michigan area. But love having you in the family. We have a racer this week as well. Your little guy's racing as well, right?
Yeah, my daughter's racing.
Yeah. Or sorry, little dog. My apologies. But anyway, just talk to me about this, what you're doing, what's going on, and you know, the Americans coming up here and why it's just so enjoyable, and we love having you guys.
Yeah, I know. Just like Josh, we come up after Loretta's every, for man, it's probably 2012 was our first year coming up here. My wife actually raced the women's pro, and man, we love it. You know, the people, the atmosphere, the tracks. It's more of a family atmosphere all the way around, right? As opposed to down in the States, it's kind of a grind. So we really do enjoy it. We love taking care of the customers. We support some of the teams as well, which is really cool for us. And have had some great success races up here as well.
Over to you, Woodsy. Favorite part of this week? You've done the Loretta stuff, so we know that stuff. But favorite part of the Canadian week? This one's going to be different because you're working as more. But hey, Sebastian, turn me down there, kiddo. The favorite part of what's going on all this week?
Man, it's just the family aspect of it, and getting to hang out with old friends and tell stories and lies.
1993, I smoked him in the 85 class. Smoked him.
5-year age gap. Okay,
Doesn't
I was
matter.
10, he was 15.
The number one plate doesn't age.
Do you
The
think
number
we
one,
should-
the championship doesn't age.
Should we ever
beat him
rematch?
one moto. Beat you one moto.
Rematch.
Rematch?
Rematch. I think we should have a
Ooh.
rematch.
It'd be pretty fair.
Those poor bikes.
Yeah, but getting to hang out with these guys, obviously, I always have a good time here. Like I said, came here for years afterwards. Have a little more duty this week to work on the track and stuff, but obviously still get to enjoy my time here, and hope to keep coming back.
Yeah, we can't miss you for sure. Tim, you're going to be busy this week out there doing suspension stuff, obviously, for your racers, and most likely helping more than just your own, because that's just what you do. But talk about what's going on this week and just kind of what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty busy as it is right now. Come
So
up
you're
here
you're closed for the week now? Yeah.
to be, but I do have some suspension still in the trailer that needs to be done. My wife is over there telling me that. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely not closed. So, yeah, anything you guys need this week, we're here. Any fashion, sag setting, clickers, is whatever. Or whose suspension it is, we're here to help. Whether it's catastrophic or you just need some tips, whatever, we're here.
All right. Well, give it up, Josh Woods. Mr. Tim Bennett, two great American guys that come up here and support Canadian Moto guys. Appreciate your time here tonight. Josh, get the dozer. Let's go.
Thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. And I'll do a quick shameless plug for GPF. We've been lucky enough to have a lot of the Canadian champions train at GPF, spend winter months at GPF, and come up here and win titles. It's got to be in the 20s as far as how many guys have won titles that have trained at GPF. So super cool. And then even the amateur guys, right? We've had tons of Canadians there and tons of support. So hope to continue that. You guys are welcome to come down. If anybody's going to Minios, we have a race the weekend before Minios called the Clash. It's a scholarship race. We pay back scholarship money, over $17,000 in scholarship money that's paid back to the riders. And it's an AMA featured event. It's a big race. So it's we've grown it quite a bit over the last few years. So if you're going to Minios, it's on the way basically. So come join us.
All right. Awesome, boys. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it very much. Josh Woods and Tim Bennett, everybody.
Hey, guys.
All right. Next one to the stage is going to be a fun one, I think. I'm grabbing that right now because those guys just bored the hell out of me. I need a beverage. All right. Who comes up here and promotes another race like that? Like, what are we talking about? Where's the professionalism on that guy? Okay. The next gentleman coming up right now, you're going to check. Thanks, Sebastian. You guys might know him. Does anybody listen to the Canadian Motocross Unfiltered podcast? All right, we got one. Beautiful. We appreciate it. That one click is what helps us get sponsorship dollars. I want to bring this gentleman to stage. He's one of my best friends, and we obviously do a podcast together. It's a lot of fun. But the reason we're bringing him up here is because he's one of the team managers out here watching all the competition. Welcome to the stage for Mixers Concept Canada and Honda Canada GDR Fox, Mr. Ryan Lockhart, everybody.
Hey, Ryan. Some guy in here goes, I do. On the live thing, listen to your podcast.
So we got two fans.
We got two guys. Okay. How does that make you feel when only one person cheers for that pod we do? It's a lot of work, and nobody gives a shit.
Nobody likes to admit what they really love.
Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're not here to talk about that. We're not here to grease the wheels of the pod. We're here to talk about the role that you play at Honda Canada GDR Fox. And out here, dude, there could be the next Ryder McNabb, the next Dylan Wright, right here in this crowd out here. That's why, not why you're here, because you're also selfish. You race still as well. Very selfish on you. But you're here looking at this stuff, and it's important, right? There's a lot of eyes this week here at TransCan.
It is for sure. I mean, we've talked about it lots in the past, whether we're talking on pod or interviews or just friendly bench racing. This event is so huge. I mean, we, as a Canadian team, we're always looking for the next best rider coming up, somebody that can represent the brand very well, and especially on the 250 side. So that fits right into where the Super Mini program is right now, moving into big bikes, 250 intermediate, even the juniors. And we love watching those motos because if you look at our history, it's been all Canadians for the most part on 250s, going back to McNabb. I mean, we pulled McNabb out of here when he was 13 years old on a Super Mini, and he's still with us to this day. So we know how important this is, and we love watching the riders. I mean, it's one thing to win. I always tell everybody, I mean, it's 3 motos. 3 motos is what makes this a true championship week. You get a little bit of everything, right? This week doesn't look like much rain, but we've seen mud motos, dry motos, late day motos, early morning motos. And it's not necessarily about the kid that can go out there and throw down the fastest. It's about the kid that can put the championships together, because at a young age, that is so important for the future. That shows that you're already getting it, you're already understanding it, and it gets you to the next level.
For this said racer that might get that position, I don't know if anybody saw that social post showing how much the riders make. Does the starting salary for said Super Mini racer moving up get that salary right away?
$100,000 to start.
Right away. No. Just like that.
No.
And you're the mechanic.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Yeah.
Talking about, like you said, Nate, the 3 motors and like that, and how important it is, because if you look at the Pro Series right now, it's such a topsy-turvy thing. At the top of it, learning to be consistent under a pressure moment is so big for any racer, and this is where it starts for them. This is where you can kind of get that itch to understand how it works.
For sure, and I mean, yeah, if you look at our Pro Series right now, the 2 #1 guys coming into the series, have had so many issues, whether it's injuries, mechanicals, everything like that. So for moms and dads, this is part of the game too. You guys are the ones working on the bikes, doing the prep, organization, everything like that. Mom's cooking the food, dad's working on the bike. Obviously, the prep coming into the series, it's or or into the TransCan. I mean, that's important to put three motos together. How many times have we seen it? I mean, we saw it at ECAN, 1-1 DNF due to a bike thing. Yes, a lot of the times it can be out of your control, but having the proper preparation coming in is so key, not just for the rider, but for the whole family as a team. That's the team here this week, right? Yeah, you might not be under a big awning like you see down the center here, but you're under your family's tent, and making it happen over the 3 motos is super key. And I mean, even ECAN, man, we saw a lot of results all over the board, because I think that the level on the amateur side, east, west, is super high, and in the middle. You know, super mini class is awesome to watch. The junior class is great, intermediate, the schoolboy classes. So lots of great talent in Canada right now. So which makes it exciting not only for the GDR team, but for the other teams here in the paddock.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about. The Extreme Toys guys, like we said earlier, they're over there trackside support all week long. Tim from TCD, we just met him. If you got any bike issues, you can see those guys over there. Of course, the Priority Gas Squad, they're over here to help any gas problems. The KTM truck is just down the road there. The MX-101 guys for the Yamaha crew, and as well right here, Ryan Lockhart and the Honda Canada GDR Fox crew. And just quickly before we end this, anybody can come. You don't have to be the winner. You don't have to be, it doesn't matter what class. If you have that product and, you know, you got the parts, you're here to help.
Yeah, for sure. And that goes for all the trackside support guys. I mean, if you ride a Honda, you come to our tent, you need help with brakes, clutches, whatever you need. We'll have our mechanics will be here starting tomorrow early morning type thing. And it's the same with the other teams. I mean, last year I was on KTM and they helped me out a ton. I had an issue with my bike. So that's what also makes it cool. It's a nice little reward here. You know, lots of people traveled really far to come here. And knowing that you have a little bit of support, maybe mom or dad isn't the most mechanical in the world, at least you have some support. And that's what adds value to big events like this.
All right. That's all I need from you, man. I appreciate your time. I know you're very busy. You've been very busy today.
Yeah.
Give it up for Ryan Lockhart, everybody. Honda Canada DR Fox. And like I said, TCD Tim over there, trackside support, the Extreme Toys guys, the Priority guys here for the Gas crew, the MX-101 for Yamaha. Of course, the Kawasaki rig as well. Walton Kawasaki for all the Kawasaki athletes. And then the Honda guys right there. Noof, don't get him to work on your bike, though. I've seen him do stuff this week. There's a lot more sweat than work getting done over there. Next to the stage here, this is obviously one of the coolest things I think that we get done here at the Walton TransCan all week long. It's something that I don't personally get myself involved in, mostly because I don't think I can last on the ride. I might have to pass out during that sort of thing. But I'd like to bring to the stage current second place holder right now in the Canadian 450 Championship, double winner, kick-ass Walton TransCan athlete, and also runs around with me. Bring together Mr. Tanner Ward, everybody. Oh, and I didn't even add on Mr. MXON, representing Team Canada at Ironman, everybody. Who's got tickets? We're going to go watch him at Ironman? I'll be there, and I'll keep my clothes on this year, I promise. That might be a lie. My fingers are crossed. Okay, Tanner. Obviously, we want to talk about stuff like that, but just let's talk a little quickly about this year, man. Big turnaround, dude. You're back on the map. You're dominant. You're one of the guys again. And it's been pretty spectacular to watch. And lots of fans obviously here, I'm sure, watching even the ride after even live. It's pretty cool to see just yourself and what's going on with you and the team and the racing.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's been obviously a really good year, and be in the position I am for this weekend just kind of adds to what we're doing here. And I mean, I've always believed, but there's been definitely times a couple years ago where I questioned if I ever would win a race again, or even be in a position I am today. So just honestly thankful for it, and just trying to enjoy it.
And that leads us right in here. The mental sort of stuff that goes on within racing and what you're doing with Ride With Me. Let's talk about that. It's been quite the cool thing for years now. I'm unsure what year it is. What year are we in now? 7. You were at the 7th year. Pretty amazing. We see the check get lit up, and it's quite the thing. And you're obviously a big component of it all.
Yeah, for sure. It's obviously the backstory on it was in 2018. My brother passed away to suicide. And, we just felt like we needed to do something, and like you said, it's pretty crazy. We're here in year 7, and it continues to grow. And we put a lot of hard work into it this year. We've taken over a lot of the things. Obviously, we're really thankful for Mel, Brett, and the whole entire Tanner Stuffer Foundation. But we took a big role this year, and we've had a lot of people step up to help us. And I mean, mental health, I think, unfortunately is growing, but we're just trying to do something about it and break that stigma, especially here in the sport of motocross. we're all tough athletes and tough people, but and we're not allowed to show that weak side, and we're trying to change that. It's, you're allowed to be vulnerable, allowed to open up and kind of be yourself and ride the roller coaster a little bit, and that's what we're here for, and support the lows, because everybody's loving you when you're at the high, but not so much when you're at the lows. You're kind of doing it by yourself, and we're trying to break that. And yeah, it's crazy. Year 7, same thing. Gonna be a 20-kilometer bike ride. We got if you can't make the bike ride, we have a lunch that you can purchase. Everything's on racingformentalwellness.ca, and the proceeds are they go to the Tanner Stafford Foundation, CMHA of Oxford, and then this year something that we're starting. It hasn't launched yet, but the funds will eventually be coming back into the motocross industry. Obviously, Racing for Mental Wellness is known for Ride With Me, and we want to do something different. We want to be bigger and better, and we are working on a kind of initiative to bring those funds back into the motocross industry, and we obviously will break out how that's gonna work in more details as we go on. So just know when you're buying a ticket or silent auction or spending any money at Racing for Mental Wellness this week, it will be going back into this industry, and something that we're super proud of.
Yeah, you should be, Tanner, because what you've done for that as well, and it's even in yourself, and you're almost the perfect example for this. Obviously, it goes to the heart with your brother there as well, but just yourself in the riding, the sort of ebbs and flows that goes on. And, you know, all week long, Duke was kind of talking about it. It's a 3-moto format, and it can go up and down, and you never know what goes on. And you put the grind in, and you believe in yourself, and you battle through the mental side of things, and it can pay off. And I think you're a perfect example this year right now. You know, probably coming in, not anybody thought the 84 was going to be doing what they're doing, and here we are with an opportunity to win a 450 championship come this Sunday. The mental battle with that, as well as the physical, all that stuff, it's pretty wild how that, you know, the full circle sort of thing around it.
Yeah, for sure. It's I feel like that's probably one of my biggest weaknesses in my career was my mental side, and it's taken me a long time to figure it out. And it's definitely tough. It's you can just go to the gym and my shoulder's weak, and they have a million exercises I can do to figure it out, and I move on, and my shoulder's good. Where the mental side of things and trying to figure it out isn't as easy. So that's what we're trying to create a better path for, and I guess I'm living it firsthand.
I always think that this helps my shoulders, but look at that's a workout right now and there. All right, everybody, give it up one more time. Mr. Tanner Ward, currently second place in the series as well, to ride with me on the Priority MX Gas ride right there. Getting stolen. I'm not the star anymore. Gonna dial everybody else up. Okay, couple more things to just touch base on right here. We appreciate your patience and listening here, and so I'm sure every one of us is here throwing a house party, right? We've had a house party, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a great time. We're gonna have so much fun. And then you get up in the morning, you're a bit maybe, hungover, and there's a nacho dip on the couch. There's a bunch of cigarettes over there in this garbage area, and the garbage is all over your room and shit. And then, you as the person that caused the problems, you're gone. You're ready for the party the next week, right? But the person that throws that house party, you're like, damn, that was a shitty idea. I don't know if I should have done that. Well, for the last 33 years, these people have done that for us out here. Please welcome to the stage Miss Melody and Miss Brett Lee. The runners, the owners here at the 2025 TransCan, please come to the stage. You like that analogy, Brett? House party? Come on, give me that one. That was pretty good. I'm pretty sure I've left some garbage here over the years. Turn the mic on just in case Tanner turned it off.
Hello.
All right, Mel, everybody here, take a quick little photo. Every one of us here is going to do something to your property this week. Are you okay with that?
I hope they just love it. That's all they do is give it love.
Love?
Yeah.
Just love.
Love.
I don't think that's going to happen, but it's a very positive attitude. Very positive attitude. Mel, obviously you're hard and passionate. You love moto. We just talked about 20 years. You've been doing this 20 years.
Yeah.
But first thing I want to talk to you about is the thing right over your right-hand shoulder. This is kind of an idea that kind of came out of nowhere. Let's talk about the bronze boot and Beth Donor doing that. That was kind of your guys' little thing there out of nowhere. When I saw that, I'm like, where the hell did this come from? This is crazy.
So all good ideas in Walton are very last minute. That's how we run it. And coming up
so
with
surprised.
That's how I run it.
Brett's so organized. Brett's so organized.
And 2 years ago, we did a cartoon for the bronze boot t-shirt, and I loved it. And last year, Beth did stickers for us for Walton Cowie team. She had stickers of Tanner and Quinn, and they were so cool that I was like, hey, how fast can you do this? And I think she pumped it out in 4 days, and she killed it. She had like some ideas, but she had full creative freedom, and I admire that creativity in her. I think the world needs more creativity, and to give her this platform where she can be appreciated. was really important to me, and it's my favorite bronze boot design that we've ever done.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing right there. Pass that mic over to Mr. Betty there. All right, Brett. Big week, big week. The cool thing, though, that is kind of sort of maybe a little hidden. There's a lot of motivation going on around here right now. Lots of work, and the boys have been just cruising, doing a lot of stuff right there. That's your side of it. Brett or Mel gets to sort of sit in the office, do the fancy things, flipping the hair and touching computers. You're the scum of Walton. You're the dirt, right? You got a great team that helps you out there, and but you lead that package, and it looks damn beautiful right now.
I actually say we were asking the other day what I do, and I'm like, I'm the janitor. I just clean up all the shit. That's what I do all day long, right? Is kind of go around, but I don't really get involved. I don't really have a job, but I have lots of jobs. So it's pretty cool this week. I love it. The Keys family jumps in and takes over.
You want your list there for everyone?
No, I know everyone. I mean, on the track, I mean, our crew up at the front, Sarah, Charlie, that whole crew, Kylan, they kind of control that front section and take a lot off of Mel and I. And then on the track, Mitch and Caden and Griffin, Kyle, Jamie, Josh has jumped in this year. Then we got like a bunch of young guys who we get every year, a bunch of young guys who are like 14 and they grab hoses and work all week.
Free work, free.
No,
I was kidding.
No, I know, not free, and they earn their money, right? So we always tell them if they're brand new, we're like, you're gonna cry, and it's good. You're gonna get tired, and you're gonna cry, but it's okay because we've all cried. So, but yeah, it's lots of guys, and this year was so different because we didn't do the races before. We tried to change it up, so everyone showed up at Walton fresh, and it was a very at sometimes like daunting because you're looking out here and the grass is long, and we hadn't done some of the things we usually did those early races, and so they pulled it off, and I think the place looks good, and I just always hope that when people drive in, they know we're doing it because we're proud they're here, and we want to show that we respect the effort they took to get here, and this is a place for them to be recognized, regardless of result.
And destroy the house party. Just destroy it. Leave everything. Tent, legs, gas cans, and all, right? Leave it on there. Over to you, Mel. Bit of a different thing, maybe look on Sunday. You have this whole big TransCan event, but then we also have the Walton Kawasaki team as well on the verge of this championship. Will you cry if we bring home number one?
Guaranteed.
Oh,
No doubt.
So crying is welcome here at TransCan.
I cried on
That's welcome.
Tuesday.
That's the day, by the way.
No, like last week.
Oh, okay.
Last week, and the week is young, so we'll
Right.
see what comes.
But this week, I mean, it's crazy. You're on the phones, you're dealing with things. I'm yelling at you today about golf carts, and she yelled at me. Unbelievable. Through a text message today, I really felt hurt on that.
It wasn't even in all caps. It was fine.
This is a busy one. Most people think it's easy, right? We just do things and it all falls in place, but it always feels good once we get going. This is kind of the kickoff, and then we light it up tomorrow. It always feels good, but you still probably get a little nerves and certain things and stuff like that.
Always, yeah. The nerves never go away. They don't actually end until the end of the day, Sunday, to be honest with you, because it's just.
Now it's amping up.
I know. Sunday's going to be insane. I'm very much looking forward to it. Just it's a totally different perspective than anything in the past 20 years that I've been involved in since I've been coming here. James and I talked about our 20-year TransCan anniversary today. So there's a lot of excitement building, and there's excitement for us as a team, Walton Cowie. There's excitement for us as a team at Walton Raceway because we have so many people that make this event happen that are part of our greater team that it's regardless of what comes, it's an insane kind of way to cap off the week for us.
Before I let you go here, your favorite class of the week? Do you have one?
Do I have one? Honestly, I love the junior classes.
Oh, yeah?
I really do, yeah.
Yeah, that's sometimes usually where that bronze boot comes from as well.
It is.
So you
I
have
love,
a lot of history usually in that class, you too, by handing that over and stuff.
I do love watching it for that reason. One of the
All
reasons.
right,
Yeah.
well, there you go. Okay, over to Brett here. Okay, Brett, on your side of things, obviously track and stuff like that, and Mel's only been here 20 years. You've been here since the inception. You literally were born in that house, I think, right over there, probably out in the yard, just during a party of some sort back in the day.
Was conceived at a party. Probably.
Yes, yeah. Both of us. I've been here since the inception as well. You came back with this grand idea. You, your dad, your brother Matt. It's a grand idea, and here we are in 2025, 33 years down the road. It's when you look out there. You're obviously, I'm thinking you're feeling proud, and the heart gets warm and stuff like that. But are you seeing? Is there another 33 years in the books? Like, are we coming here? You know what I mean? As like when you look at that kind of stuff, I think it's pretty cool. Like on myself, when ammo and stuff, like, you look at these things nowadays as you get older, right? You sit and reflect, and it's pretty darn cool what's going on right now.
Yeah, I think so. It's funny, like you talked to Mel about the team and doing this and getting excited. I think one of the big things that the team has taught me, especially this year, is you got to be present, right? Like just enjoy that moment of sitting here and you guys are all here. Mandy, you're here, and that's special to me. And you just sort of live in that moment. And I think that's a cool thing for anyone who's here is you don't get too far ahead, don't get too worried about what's coming. Just enjoy a beautiful night. And man, we have a 13-year-old, and she's like us. We always have these talks. I had these talks with Kyle Thompson too. I have a 13-year-old, and like in 5 years she's gonna be 18. And I'm like, man, that goes by so quick, right? And if you're out here and you got a kid who's racing, I really encourage you to be present because you don't have 5 more years. You have 5 more TransCans maybe, and then they're gonna go to college or something like that. You don't have five TransCans. That's 12 motos probably. 3 hours of racing left over 4 or 5 years, right? Like it goes by so quick. So I want you to be present like I'm feeling right now, enjoying this, sitting up here, and it's gonna be great weather, great racing, and what comes, right?
Your class? What's your class this week?
Super Mini. I'm always Super Mini.
Super Mini.
Super Mini is always my favorite because those kids, what do you call it, Goldie? The right amount of dumb? No, like they just are so like passionate, and their parents are passionate, and the future's endless for those kids. And whatever, they're just there in the moment. They are so ready to go and race. I love it. That's a class I will never miss a Super Mini Moto.
Raise the hands right now for Brett and Melody right now, allowing us to ruin their house party all week long. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up our opening ceremonies. Here, we thank you for your patience. If you're still here and you got something in your hand, as always, I'd like to say something at the end. Cheers to you all for joining us in the field. Make a moment. Find a great moment. Have fun with the moms and dads, your brothers and sisters. Have an opportunity. That's what Walton gives you right now. It's an opportunity this weekend. It gives you a chance at 3 times when the gate drops. If you suck in Moto 1, fix it Moto 2. You always got another chance here. And boy, Kuchma, enjoy your week. Respect your neighbors. Have fun. Soak it in. Bring on more memories here in 2025. Good luck to each and every one of you. Have fun. We'll see you in the morning. It's a lot earlier. Pay attention for the rooster. Caw-caw! Cheers, everybody. Have a good night. That is a crow. Caw-caw!